This woke bullshit will not stand.
Well, no, and it's funny because, they've been heavily pushing everything on social media for the last how long? And so, like, when it was announced that, the next episode is a Moffat episode, everything, like, on the Doctor Who TikTok pages was, Moffat, come, get R2D fired, get rid of all this woke musical bullshit. And then, like, what does the Doctor do the first thing after he gets on the landmine this episode?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. This week we are discussing Boom! You have to say it like that, Boom, because just Boom just doesn't sound right. So we're discussing Boom, which is the third episode of the current series. And to discuss it with me, I'm joined by my two co-hosts. Firstly, he's a sex machine ready to reload. It's Freezing Inferno.
I'm surprised there was no comment about skipping saying on my virtual left.
Oh! To my virtual left, he's a sex machine, yada, yada, yada. It's Freezing Inferno.
I missed it because I was queuing this thing up, so I was paying attention.
I missed it too, apparently.
Yeah, and you're the one hosting.
I botched the intro. You're welcome, Matthew. It's the Botchamania guy. And to my virtual right, though, not politically. Baby, here's a firework. Come and let his colours burst. It's Kachiri.
Hello.
Hello. So, Boom.
Boom indeed.
Moffat.
Yeah, let's just get to it.
Moffat, save us from the wokeness of RTD. and how it's all a musical now and things of that nature. It's woke. Wait, what? What do you mean that Moffat's a leftist atheist? What?
See, I never knew if Moffat was a leftist or not. I just knew he wasn't conservative.
We watched 7 years of his work.
Really?
It doesn't make him a conservative if he's... Sorry, no, it doesn't make him a leftist if he's not conservative. But, yes. 7 years of his work. So, yeah, the return of Stephen Moffat, which was much heralded. This time just as a guest writer, not the showrunner again. I don't think he ever wants that job ever again.
I mean, yeah, probably not.
The man's earned his rest, for God's sakes.
He ran Who and Sherlock at the same fucking time. He
That
ran
was
himself ragged.
That was his problem, yeah. He should have one or the other, but he didn't.
And he wore himself out and he took his break. And after 6.5 years, the man returned and oh my fucking God.
Yeah, this has... I can't even say it's divided opinion because it really hasn't. Apart from the people you've mentioned that were getting very worked up.
Oh, but I just want to mention another thing. I saw a tweet. I won't name the person. They are sort of prominent, but they were. I'm loading up the tweet here. I'm going to read it without quoting them because it's real funny. It's just like Doctor Who, Boom. The performance from Ncuti Gatwa, lovely. The writing, just a muddled gibberish of imagery and satire that doesn't have any cogent thread tying it together.
I can't believe that person wrote that.
It's weirdly sentimental without any underlying structure to justify the sentiment. My God, if I may say, I'll let you go in a second here. I just might want to say, we are so back. We are so back because Lawson is back and people are going, well, the writing for the Doctor was pretty good, but the writing itself doesn't make any goddamn sense. Stephen Moffat made a mess of my pots and pans.
What?
As old school YouTubers, we do not accept many of our kin.
Wow.
Listen. It's not 2014 anymore. I don't care if all of you are going, oh, the writing was fucking stupid. Moffat's a dumbhead. I am going to sit here and I'm going to scream from the rooftops. The Boom was peak Doctor Who.
You're right, Kachiri. You're right. Listen, it was a Moffat episode. I'm just doing something, by the way. Pay me no attention. I'm totally not loading something up for later in the podcast.
It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Oh God! But yeah,
Yeah.
Moffat is back, and it's like he's never been away.
We got epic one-liners from the Doctor. You know, insane setting. You know, returning factions and weapons manufacturers from season 1 and beyond. I mean,
Transhumanism and the living on of the human soul beyond the physical death.
Yeah,
monsters with rules again.
Oh God, the monster.
Incredible fucking left-leaning, anti-capitalist, anti-war theming.
Yes, but Fresno, he's clearly a hypocrite because he's anti-capitalist, but he's taking the capitalist money.
So you participate in society. Curious.
That's exactly what it is.
Characters, you know, randomly dying after they profess their love just for a shock.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to him.
Moffat, everyone.
What a pointless piece of writing that was. But anyway,
I want to point out one particular thing. It's absolutely fucking wild. I'll jump ahead because time is a meaningless construct. The scene where the Doctor's on the landmine and
which one?
Ruby has the thing, and he's like, Ruby, toss me okay, Ruby, stay back, stay out of danger, and toss me that thing. And she's like, no, I'm going to bring it to you. That entire scene I was watching, and I was thinking, this is just 12 Clara again.
Yeah. Ruby is very Clara coded in this episode.
Yeah, it's just
insert joke about Moffat only knows how to write 3 different types of women here.
We are so back. We are so back. All the old critiques are coming.
That's just what you tell reviews it. We are so back.
We are so back.
We are so back. Pretty Inferno, 19th of May, 2024.
I thought we were back a few weeks ago when we started doing this podcast again.
Yeah.
You're talking about. Oh, my bad.
It's a metaphorical back.
Yes. Oh, but God. It does feel a lot like Moffat's greatest hits, you know, like you're going to you've got Stephen Moffat back. He's going to do the Moffat thing again. And
it's even landmines again.
It's wild because the landmines, and I'm thinking it when I'm watching, and there's this interview from a Nerdist, which I think I linked in our chat, and if I didn't, you're going to get the I linked it in the chat, and Rang will have linked it down below, where the first line out of his mouth is, oh yeah, because I was thinking the entire episode is him stepping on a landmine, and a similar scene happens to the 4th Doctor in the classic Genesis of the Dalek story, and it's a quick, tense scene. And I know Moffat is enough of an absolute classic Who dork that he is relishing in that. And so the first words out of his mouth in this interview are like, oh yeah, I got the thing for episode 1 of Genesis of the Daleks because this is the fucking classic.
I love the fact he took that and made an entire episode out of it.
Which you can. It's brilliant because you would think that, and Mike was telling me this, you'd think that the classic Doctor Who would pad that shit out. But instead they used the padding of Genesis on the Daleks for peace talks with Davros and giant clams. One day we're going to review Genesis of the Daleks, and you're going to find out that all of that is correct.
I've seen it.
Then you know all of that is correct.
That's why I'm laughing.
But in addition to the Moffat's greatest hits, he's got new things to say and new and interesting ways to say them.
Such as?
Well, such as, the Doctor on the landmine is...
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is the thing. I'll just cue it up right now. Hang on. So this is another comment. This is another comment that somebody made.
Oh, boy.
That their dad hated the episode because he just had his foot on a landmine the whole episode. Courtesy of Pip Madeley.
Oh, Pip again. Oh,
where's my presenting button? Am
I the only one who knows how to present this thing right?
Courtesy of Pip Madeley. That.
Beautiful. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 7.
Love you, Pip.
Good shit posts.
He's pretty damn good at the shit post.
as we all are.
He's no Joe Vivas. He hasn't got a big Finnish story published, but
We peeked in the dead planet.
But he did, however, get mentioned live on UK Gold when they were doing the retrospective about the comedy series Bottom. So in a way, he's winning more.
There you go.
He got a mention on UK television.
Pip Madeley or Joe Vivers?
Pip Madeley.
Okay.
No, if we painted the dead planet against Mitchell on UK television would just implode as we know it. If that gets referenced on UK TV, it's like, no, I'm done.
Oh boy.
Singularity. But yeah, he stands on this landmine for the entire episode, and it's probably the better part of the story. The way that the Doctor calms himself, prevents the landmine from going off, interacts with various characters while standing on the landmine. It's all wild.
Here's a fun comparison for you. So the last time we had a Moffat episode, we had a dramatic scene involving a crater in the middle of a war and a whole bunch of snow frozen place. So 6.5 years later, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, my mic was out for a bit. I was going to ask, how did we get to this land war thingy?
Well,
in the TARDIS.
Well, I mean, I was going to talk about the opening and how, Blind killed someone, but
Oh God, yeah. No, you're right. Please do talk about that opening.
So, we're in this war zone. We don't know what's going on in this war zone, but we hear about how these two characters are trying to get back to base. One of them's injured. You see he has bandages around the eye, signifying that he is now currently blind. While this is going on, they say stuff like, "Oh, the landmines may have moved themselves, but we're going to still scan for them anyway." Signifying that these landmines are somewhat sentient in some way. They're AI, as with everything else. And then we get to see our villain of the episode.
Ugh.
That
Landmines.
I
like
hate
are fucking sentient.
this thing with every fiber of my being.
I mean, and you're British. That thing would have cost us Americans $5,000 just to look at.
Wow! I feel like I might be losing my centrist credentials by the second here, but not that I had them to begin with. This thing, this bloody ambulance, this death machine, represents everything I hate about the world right now. Everything.
And that's why Moffat made it that way.
If I never see Susan Doctor Who again, it'll be too soon.
It'll be next week.
I know. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. She did the job she was tasked to perform, and she did it very well. But I hate this bucket of bolts so much.
You hate it.
Flames on the side of my face so much.
You hate it because you're getting radicalized to the left. Yes. We will have a great deal to talk about.
Again, I would like to point out, as I point out every time, that a centrist does not mean they just stay in the middle all the time, but it means we're open to ideas from the left and the right.
Unless you're watching Chibnall or Doctor Who, in which a centrist means stay in the middle all the time.
Yes.
Don't do anything. Let Trump do what he wants.
Oh my God, stop.
Oh.
Right. The worst thing is he's right. Don't boo him, he's right.
What?
We're talking about the Chibnall version of Trump.
He's right. Robertson. Robertson,
yes.
The guy played by Mr. Big from Sex and the City. I can't remember the actor's name.
Chris
Noth. I've been trying to forget he was even in it. Thank you very much. But
I'm trying to forget a lot of the Chibnall era, but it keeps creeping.
This is a long cold open, by the way. It's like 8 minutes long before we get to the credits.
No, yeah, because we find out that the ambulance checks in on the dude who's blind, finds out that, the blindness will be cured in 4 weeks. Nah, that's not good enough.
Unacceptable.
Sorry for your upcoming loss.
Oh, I
The
hate this
fucking
thing.
kicker, absolute fucking, I don't know if I forget if it happens here or later in the episode. The absolute fucking kicker is it using the phrase thoughts and prayers.
No, it happens here too.
Oh my
Yeah.
like I want to get I know you're saving the ambulances for later on the thing, but I just want to say when we talked last week, I discussed how, they were reintroducing the idea of Doctor Who to all the Americans who just watch Marvel, and they're scrolling through Disney Plus and like, what's this Doctor Who thing? And this hit, Rain, you and I are from countries with shall we say, a decent grasp on healthcare.
Yes.
Whereas an American watching this, and Kateri, you can attest to this, is like, oh, it's just, it's the horrifying thought process of for-profit healthcare at its maximum. Moffat is turning it up to 11. Oh, you're hurt? Too bad. Die.
Speaking of being radicalized, by the way, get your goddamn hands off the goddamn NHS.
Yes.
You know who you are. No, stop it.
So
Bad.
as an American who had to do operation last week without sedative, I don't want to say how much I paid out of pocket for it, even though I pay so much into my insurance through my job.
I'm so sorry.
Alone.
I'm so sorry you don't have paid for healthcare, but
And then they found nothing, so I had this whole thing done to me for 20 minutes without being put to sleep. They found nothing, and they said that the next test, they wanted me to do was, somewhat worse, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it'll be another $1,000 for that test."
God.
For-profit healthcare. What fun! We live in hell.
We do indeed. So yeah, John Francis Vater is the name of the guy that gets killed because he's blind, and it actually says on his well, they call him a casket, but it's basically the human body compressed into a tube. Ugh. Yeah, you can even see the eye. It's horrible. But
and the casket we see later on, you can see the ear.
Yeah, you can.
Quite visceral.
It's horrific, but cause of death. It says on the casket, cause of death, blindness. So the idea that he was killed because Ruby even says no one dies of blindness.
You're speaking to a recently deceased blind man.
Yeah. But at that point, Ruby hasn't grasped the concept that he didn't die because he was blind in that sense. The blindness didn't kill him. The blindness was the reason the ambulance killed him. Yeah, it's horrific, but it sets up, for me anyway, MVP of the episode again, Millie Gibson.
Oh yeah, I mean Clara's lovely in this episode. Wait, shit.
God damn it.
Ruby's lovely in this episode.
We need to find a picture of Millie with an awkward thumbs up.
Oh, you've said it now, so you know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
Okay, so moving on. No.
Right, so anyway, shit, damn it, I did it again.
Keeping the trope alive.
Reverse psychology did not work out. Reverse psychology never works. Wait, what?
Yeah, as I mentioned, you have that whole scene in the crater where it basically is 12 and Clara, but she's also really she's very proactive in this episode. I was thinking at first that this was going to be more a Dr. Light, and that's he'd be stuck in the crater and Ruby would have to go to investigate things and figure out the rules.
That's where I thought we were going, and then she got shot.
And then she got shot.
Oof. Yeah, that's a horrifying sight to see, especially since she's wearing a similar outfit to what Rose was wearing when she got exterminated.
But also, I have to present this.
Wait, Rose got exterminated? Rose never got exterminated.
She got shot by something while wearing a red shirt in front of the doctor.
Oh. Yes. Well, She didn't actually die.
But still, that was something that the doctor took to heart. And now we have a doctor in a black leather coat watching their companion in a similar red shirt be shot. I mean,
My God, you're right.
there's some, I don't know, what's the word, Frez, going on here?
Paralleling.
Yes, Harriet.
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
Callbacks. That's the word, callbacks.
That was so close to a Team 4-star bit. What's that word? What's that word? A visit? A beating! That's right, I'm going to pay him a beating.
Oh, right, I remember. Now the word's mirroring.
Cat, hit the button. Oh, wait.
Cat's not here to hit the button.
Rain, hit the button in editing.
Doctor Who Mirror Alert. Doctor Who Mirror Alert.
You didn't tell me what to do.
Cue up the Always Sunny card. Fredo tells Reigns what to do. And then
Did someone just say, "Oh, I said a title card"?
the irony is, I'm telling you to put that title.
What can I say? I'm a simple creature.
To use another Moffat quote, do as you are told.
God. Thoughts and prayers. Anyway.
God damn it!
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
I didn't want he was going to go there.
But yeah, Ruby getting shot is definitely a ratcheting up of the stakes in the story, because it's a bumbling mistake of oopsie doopsie. I thought she was being hostile, even though I just didn't read the situation right, and she's actually dying. And again, it's with the ambulance horse shit. It's like, oh, we could help you, but the system says that we shouldn't do that.
You know what the first thought I came to whenever that his whole comments, oh, I thought she was going to shoot. How many just random people get shot by the police because in that moment they thought they were in danger? Like, did you hear about the police who started firing at an unarmed, handcuffed suspect in his own vehicle because an acorn fell into his car?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
He thought he was in danger. He thought his partner was in danger. And all because an acorn fell in his car, so he started shooting at his handcuffed, unarmed person in the back of his own car.
I don't know if Moffat is going full like ACAB on this with that.
I don't think he is. No,
it wouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's more a MAB.
A MAB.
he's too busy going for another target.
Military.
Yeah. Well,
not all of them.
And like Shiri said, and had a lot to say, the military in this episode are the space church military that popped up in the Matt Smith years.
Did they show up during Capaldi?
I don't think they did, actually. I can't recall, because really the whole space military thing was a consequence of the Silence arc and its larger implications. Because, you have the church, and then you have the heretics who broke off and wanted to kill Doctor Who. And then we have this bunch who, I don't know if they're really tied to it in any way. I think Moffat just liked the aesthetic of a space church military. It does lead to some interesting readings later, because the episode goes into the notion of faith.
Yeah, the fake stuff was weird.
Parts of it work for me, but others, it's a bit odd.
I mean, it would work better if there wasn't a story in Moffat's run where he literally breaks Amy's faith.
Well, that wasn't Moffat. That was Whithouse.
But he signed off on it.
That's true. But this is, I'm going to say, this is a better episode than the God Complex.
Well, yeah, because Moffat wrote it.
Exactly.
And the thing is, like, yeah, there was some bashing of faith in the beginning, but it did turn into where the Doctor themselves discovered what faith was.
Yeah. I'll have more to say when we actually get to the concept of faith later on, but
Mhm.
of the guest characters, we have three that really get something to actually do. So we have Francis John, is it John Francis or Francis John Vader?
John Francis Vader.
John Francis Vader, who was killed in the first 10 minutes, but comes back as an AI.
Hey, transhumanism after death. That's the Moffat.
Yeah. His daughter is Splice, who really should brush her goddamn teeth.
And get some better acting. What?
Oh, she was okay.
Be nice to the children.
I've seen worse child actors in Doctor Who.
Cough, cough, Nightmare and Silver, cough, cough.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you can't really complain about in The Forest of the Night was the child actors.
Oh, if
They were
Cat were
fine.
here.
Oh God.
They were no, Cat doesn't complain about that.
I haven't asked Cat's opinion on In the Forest of the Night in a while, so I don't know.
I will leave it like that.
Or will we? Hey, Cat!
I value my spleen.
Hey, Cat!
Nice attempt at the bluff. She's making biscuits, and I don't mean in the sense of a cat putting claws into my chest. Ow, Lord, you son of a bitch.
How dare he? You should steal that cat as recompense. That'll show him.
It's like electric needles going into your chest every 5 seconds. Oh, like he was trying to be nice. He was trying to make me feel better. He was trying to be like affectionate. Unfortunately, I had only a thin top on at the time, so he wasn't very affectionate. I was like, oh, God.
Well, wear more layers to take Lloyd's affection. That's what you gotta do.
Yes, because I was expecting him to jump on the chair at that moment.
Yeah, you should have, because he's basically your cat now.
He's not my. But yeah, we have Vader and Splice, and they are the main dramatic core of the episode in terms of the guest characters.
No, what are you talking about? We had an entire romance love story that was fully fleshed out.
Don't stop.
Very, very Moffat-y.
Speaking of, a surprise with this sub story was one of the actresses.
Yeah, Verona Sefu, what the hell are you doing here 1 year early? So this is spoiler territory. So I will put a thing up for this whole bit. So if you don't want to be spoiled about this, then just go to the end of the spoiler tab.
I don't really think it's spoiler.
Well, this is the whole curse of the Disney Plus thing. That 2 series have been filmed now in pretty much their entirety. Before the first one finished. And we know from set reports, and we know actually from it being confirmed by the writers, that Verona Sefu is returning in Series 2 to be a companion. We just don't know which character because they won't be playing Monday Flynn.
Or will they?
No. Yeah.
Monday's story is over.
Yeah. But and at the same time, name the last companion we got that wasn't from the year that this show was going on. I don't even think there's a new Who companion that fits that. That's not River Song.
We need a Victorian companion.
But
Victorian Clara in the Snowman.
If Monday Flynn was the companion, it would be like the first companion since the classic era that wasn't a contemporary,
That's the
person
one
of the
thing
time.
that the show could still do. They could vary up the companion character. It doesn't have to be a girl from contemporary Earth.
So anyway, Oswald here. Shit!
Yeah, so Monday Flynn. Problem is, if this is her first introduction to the series, the character didn't leave that great an impression for me.
What? A side character in a Moffat episode didn't have a great impression?
But Oswin did! That's the point. Oswin made a good impression.
Here's the thing. Oswin also was part of that season's mystery. Monday Flynn has nothing to do with season 1.
No. She has something to do with
This again, this is seriously, Kellen Garen, Agria Freeman, who,
Why can you not get their names in the right order? It's Karen Gillan and Freeman Agema.
I've heard it both ways. And
Hi-oh.
that's a Psych reference. If anyone's ever seen the amazing mystery series Psych,
I hear it was on the Twin Peaks show.
I have also hi-oh, but
so the thing is, we really don't talk about Martha's actress from the Cybermen episode. It's mostly forgotten amount until someone brings up, oh hey, see, this is the actress from the Cybermen.
she was my cousin and she's dead now. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same story with Karen. She was a random white painted face
What it
lady
is that she got cast as that character. They thought she'd be a great companion. We'll bring her in for an audition.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Freeman Agema.
That probably is what happened with
Rhoda Safu,
Wednesday.
yeah.
The one counterpart to this, ironically, considering it comes from one of your examples, is Peter Capaldi.
Yeah. Also from the same episode.
Yeah.
But
I'm so
Martha
glad he
didn't
developed
write
it.
the episode, so
Yeah. I don't know. I think in terms of Moffat's, because Moffat did have a history of having strong guest characters, and I'm not sure she counts.
She's fine.
She's okay. I mean, she has a bit of a realization that maybe the thing I'm fighting is not right. Except when we get to the point I want to mention later on, it doesn't actually change anything, and that's why I think it's a pointless death. If it had been written slightly differently, it wouldn't have been. But yeah, new Oswin Oswald, god damn it.
We are so back.
So Moffat, as has been mentioned, is an atheist. And actually felt the need to defend himself here, because the way he portrays religion and faith is a little bit scathing.
I think it's kind of the thing where he's going so scathing on everything else, like capitalism and war, that religion kind of got caught in the crossfire for some people.
I did not, as someone who used to be super religious that got bothered by religion bashing, I did not feel like it was extra scathing. There was nothing worse than what he said to the bishops during Series 5, because there was talks about faith in God back then too.
Yeah.
And Ryan, you can put the thing on screen, but there is the screen cap from the interview, the Nerdist interview, where Moffat defends this, and he defends the doctor's dismissal of faith here by saying, "Oh, he's just being a big hypocrite," and he comes around at the end.
Yeah,
I don't think he does.
No. He says that that was the thing Monday said. Oh, doctor, I thought you didn't have anything about faith. And then, the doctor's like, well, now I do. I have faith in this and this and this,
Roll credits.
Yeah.
Okay, let's ding.
I mean, he does get some kind of faith. It's not religion faith, even though he has literally met gods.
I'm going to have to be. It's my turn to bring up a sensitive issue, so danger zone. But
I mean,
I think I've never been religious, but I have faith. And I've never been one for organized religion, but I've never had a problem with people having faith.
you want to know who else has a problem with organized religion? Jesus Christ. If you ever read most of the stuff he said in the Bible, he actually dislikes when people profess their faith out loud and stuff like that.
That is mind blowing, but I'll buy it.
Now, I don't memorize verses, but whenever I was super religious, one of the things that got me to go away from organized religion was there's a quote, I'll paraphrase, that he prefers that your relationship with them is done in private.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I mean,
Moffat does mock faith, or not specific religion, but specific that word faith. But as you pointed out, the Doctor does seem to come around at the end. Whether he was being serious or not, I don't know.
And Moffat says he wasn't trying to disparage it. Whether you believe him or not, that's completely up to you in your own internal landscape. But that's just what the man has said in his interview.
Yeah, Moffat wasn't trying to disparage religion.
Oh, well, that's all right.
No, he
then.
just hate that for capitalism and war.
That may not have come through, but you'll hear it on the edit.
Yeah.
I haven't got a soundboard. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was, and again, the fact that it's Anglican, because it was Anglicans that were against the Doctor in A Good Man Goes to War.
Was it Anglicans though? Because I mean,
Where the fat, thin, gay married Anglican Marines. Why would we need names?
okay, that's fair. I haven't seen Good Man in a while. I was thinking more along the lines of the space church is literally called the Papal Mainframe, which
Yeah, you're right, but they do mention themselves to be Anglicans. I don't think they specifically mention themselves to be Anglicans in the Angels Two-Parter, but they are from the same group, so they're not from the weird offshoot of Kavarian sect, but
which is funny when you consider, Catholicism versus Protestants, and the protest in this space case is we want to kill Doctor Who.
yeah, some future companion you're going to make. I want you to die. What?
That would be
She shoots him in the arm and then he sets off the landmine, which, if it goes off, will devastate half the planet.
Oh, lovely.
And then we go back to the ambulances, and again, it's not Susan Twist's fault, but also it's Susan Twist's fault.
Right, you and I are going to go off on this shit for different reasons. I think I'm going off more on the general concept, but you I think have a more personal axe to grind with this shit. So
That's at the ending, bro. That's at the ending.
Oh, that's at the ending.
Yeah, but as I say, hands up the goddamn NHS. But
Well, you were saying, the ambulances represent everything you hate.
what they do, the idea that people are a commodity and not people.
Mm-hmm.
We can all be lumped in with the same as everyone else when we're not. We're individuals.
Yeah, and then I mean,
Profit before people. I hate that.
mood.
scene.
This is my villain. This is my villain origin arc. This is my villain origin arc right now.
Your villain origin arc. This is how you become a radical anti-capitalist. Yes.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
One of us.
For the sake of not being put on a list, I wouldn't go that far. But
Okay, but we should talk about the ambulances. The whole thing is being run by the Villain Guard algorithm. There's another Moffat callback.
yeah,
They were first mentioned during the Empty Child back in Series 1. Captain Jack's Sonic Blaster came from their weapons stuff. And then he comments like, oh, yeah, something happened to them and stuff like that. And the Doctor was like, oh, yeah, no, I went there once. It's not a banana farm
Grove.
or something.
Banana Grove. Bananas. Yeah, I like bananas.
Bananas.
Which is why later in that story, by the way, and I only just realised that, when Jack goes for his gun and
It's
got
a banana.
a banana, yeah.
Yeah.
And Villain Guard also showed up in Twice Upon a Time, Moffat's previous last Doctor Who. That's where Rusty the Dalek was. But it's a nice little callback, but here Moffat's not using it just for, callback purposes, because the entire thing is that the Space Anglicans land here and they shoot their shot and they're like, we're here, we're going to go to war. And the Villain Guard algorithm detected this, shots fired, and this entire fucking scheme, there is no goddamn war. It's just the ambulances killing enough of the Space Anglicans that they want to keep buying weapons and keep making the corporation fucking
They're
money.
dying to their own equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
it's a fucking war for no reason other than to make the corporation rich.
They were sent to a planet that was already empty told there was an enemy called the Castorians to fight, given some bullshit story that they're either part of the mud or they're sentient fog, and go ahead and fight them, boys and girls.
Fight, die. Buy more weapons, more money for us.
I mean, the Doctor even mocks them, saying, I've met mud.
Which is that a Witchfinders reference?
No, because he said lovely girls. They weren't lovely girls in that story.
Well,
they were trying to kill him, but
well, to be fair, the Doctor says that there have to be people trying to kill him.
Yeah, true. It might be a vague Witchfinders reference, but he didn't write that one, so that's a bit strange.
Yeah,
I think it's just mud.
It's as anti-capitalist and anti-war profiteering as you can fucking get. It's just a war for no reason other than to make a bunch of rich assholes money and use people as commodity.
I mean, they said even early on, why does this landmine have pretty lights? Capitalism.
Oh, God.
Well, the goodness is to set up the payoff at the end with Veta, but because if you realize what's going on there's a reason why the lights are there. But yeah, I hate the goddamn ambulances. I was kind of hoping that because it's a Moffat monster, therefore it's built on rules. So the rules are that if you're injured, it kills you. I thought it was going to be that Ruby was going to damage one of the ambulances and trick it into thinking it was injured, and then it blew up. I would have liked to have seen that.
Nah.
Reminds me of the Captain Kirk School of Computing.
But the actual way they deal with the ambulances is just as good, perhaps, as that. But
wait, we hijack it with an AI. We connected it to MetroboGenRide.net.
Motherfucker!
Is that a Star Trek reference?
No, it's a goddamn Kamen Rider reference.
Oh.
Frozen us all.
Well, no, I could have just said Romulans. God damn it.
Villain Guard ambulances are extinct.
Oh, God, why are you bringing up that reference?
I wish they were extinct.
It protected Jerry.
Because another
part of the deal. When you think about it, it really is kind of Moffat doing the old Power of Love ending he's fond of again, because it's not just a soulless AI, it's the memories of that good man, the father, that go in and hack over the thing, and it's like, oh, the system has deleted that annoying thing. No, it hasn't, because I prevail, because kiss kiss, the power of love, and we win.
It's a no Power of Love ending, yeah.
Which I haven't seen anybody get bitch about that in particular, but I mean,
I have.
Oh, you have, huh? Ooh, you've been peeking at that Moffat hate, huh?
It's well, not intentionally, but
I know.
It just sort of comes to me by osmosis these days.
I only saw a little bit of it because
I think it's because I put the podcast in my actual Twitter description. So
we are so back.
Stop saying. Well, that's the description for the tweet taken care of. Thanks for that, Ferez. Yeah, so back to discuss Boom. But yeah, love prevails. Love saves the day. Tale's old as time, and I like the fact that there is some comeuppance to the ambulance's actions.
Yes.
Oh my God! Just realised. Veta is a good man who goes to war. Oh!
Hey, yo. Speaking of other references, now Doctor has seen Susan Twist's face. So,
I wish I didn't have to see it again.
Yeah. So
again, it's not the actress. I'm not being harsh on Susan Twist. But every time she shows up from now on, I will remember this damn monstrosity. I get annoyed.
I love how this actress had nothing on her IMDb before Doctor Who, and now she's the most talked actress aside Nishuri and
she's probably a stage actress. She's probably spotted on the stage or something, but she plays a role to perfection because I hate her.
There you go.
That just leaves the question: is Susan Twist overall a villain?
Well,
is Susan Twist's S Triad, which is a very awkward way of spelling TARDIS.
Oh,
are we allowed to include that?
TARDISes are fucking sentient.
Are we allowed to include that?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
Spoilers for the.
No, we don't know. Like, that's what people think she is. It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay.
This is a
But-
fan theory. Okay, you weren't like going, oh, here in episode 6, there's Slayer Davis Susan Triad.
No. So basically, the long story short of this is there is a clip of Susan Twist later on that people are thinking is tied to the comments about Triad from the Giggle episode. And during their talking about Triad, there's like a news ticker that says S Triad. And so people are assuming the S means Susan. And that's going to be the big twist. And they think because this one shot from a future episode they have of Susan Twist, she's in like a more authoritative role. They think that she's running S Triad, which now the theory has evolved. S Triad eventually becomes Vanguard and uses their president as the AI, basically. That's
Okay.
The
It's Pepe
is
Sylvia.
evolving.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's pure Pepe Sylvia at this point.
Yeah, mood.
I mean, you should have seen some of the crazy theories for Series 4, Series 5. Oh, my God.
I mean, we were around for. I was around for Series 5.
Well, we didn't do any podcast. Yeah.
I don't remember any Series 5 theories from that.
Oh, yeah, there was.
Oh no! There was the biggest complaints about the continuity errors from the Angels 2-parter.
It's clearly Omega.
Right. Okay, I remember.
The villain in the finale is clearly going to be Omega, guys. Jason Isaac's been spotted on the set wearing the iconic gauntlets. It's Omega.
What the fuck?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
No,
That really happened.
I remember the Angels continuity error, but I don't remember everyone going, "Oh, it's a big conspiracy." I remember everyone literally saying exactly what happened. They predicted it.
There was
right.
There was a fake rumor that the person behind the Credits in Time was Omega, and Omega was played by Jason Isaacs
Christ.
because he'd been spotted on the set or something, or his gauntlet's been spotted on the set or something. He was never even near the damn set.
Omega. God, fuck's sake.
These are the same people that probably thought that Jenny the Doctor's daughter was in the finale of Series 4 with a fake leak.
Oh God.
Do you know you look up the word global written on the ceiling? Hey, if anyone looked up just then, you've got yourselves to blame. That's not me. That's not on me.
For those that actually saw the word gullible, yes, I did break into your house a few weeks ago. I'm sorry.
Doctor Who Reviews takes no responsibility for the actions of Kateri.
Also, who reviews wishes Kateri the best of his future endeavors. I'm not actually firing him. That's a joke. That's what we're commonly referred to as a joke. But one thing I didn't like was that we have another character who is basically written in to give Monday Flynn a love interest. But she doesn't reciprocate until it's too late. Kanto.
Wah, wah.
Not Encanto, that's something else.
No,
But,
no, that's the Disney film.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno, but I'm gonna find out I got the wrong film somehow, but you know what?
you got it right.
No, you got the right.
I was keeping that in regardless, but yay for accuracy.
I was going to start doing the tick 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 song, but I don't remember all the words to it. There's actually a
Good.
song about building up to a boom, and it was going to be relevant.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, but this is a nervous chap who clearly likes Monday Flynn a lot.
There's sexual tension.
He never gets the actual chance to he never brings across the courage to say that he really loves her. It's just as I like you.
Marvel has written a million of these dynamics. So
Oh God, yeah. He shows up. He shoots Ruby because he thinks that he's trying to kill Monday. She wasn't. They were trying to distract the ambulance, but it all went south.
I don't usually nitpick these things, but it's the dumbest shit. It's kind of the dumbest shit because Monday is literally holding her arms up and saying, "Oh, shoot me in the arm. Just shoot me in the arm. It's not so bad. Just do it. Just do the thing. Oh my God, Monday, I'm gonna protect them."
He couldn't see or hear them. Or he
See
said he couldn't hear them. Look, you see someone pointing a gun at someone you love. You have a gun. What do?
All right. I mean, it's only
Acorn
a
falls onto your cop car. What do you do?
No.
Jesus fuck.
Do we have to keep bringing that back up? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
But the cruel thing about this is that he's basically introduced to die. He tries to do something to the ambulance to hack it or something.
I mean,
and the ambulance takes the attempt to break in and kills him.
I mean, before they even had that shot of him being killed, like they were basically spelling out in big details about how his death flags are coming up. He professes his love at finally. I mean,
this might be a Moffat episode, but this is a Chibnall character.
Which is ironic considering that the dad isn't a Chibnall character when he usually would be in a Chibnall script.
No, Moffat gets the dad right.
Yeah.
But he gets this wrong because Kanto's death. If Kanto's death, inspired a change in Monday or spurred Monday to actually, be the resolution of the episode, sacrifice herself or save the day, then it would have a point. She doesn't do anything after this.
Okay, but here's the thing too. For me, it kind of undercuts another theme in the episode because we haven't talked about Splice yet, but the way Splice reacts to death versus the way Monday reacts to death kind of throws me off a little. And it's thrown off in the direction of Monday rather than the direction of Splice.
are we talking about how Splice almost blew everyone up?
No. I'm talking about how she deals with the fact that her father is dead and there's an AI of him now. Versus how Monday reacts when Kanto is dead and there's an AI of him now.
I take that point, yeah.
I'll have more to say because I know you want to talk about the sentiment at the end there.
Yeah, the resolution to the thing. Which is that the Doctor convinces the AI of Veta, dead to dad, to help.
Hey, there's the familial theme again.
Yeah, save his daughter. Save all of us. So Veta goes into the network because the whole thing is that the Doctor says to Monday, you're fighting a war against yourselves, surrender and it's all over. I don't have the authority or the position to do that.
They
you need a bishop or higher. Oh, I need a bishop? Oh, John Veta. And he turns up again. Sorry, what was that?
No, she says she needs proof. And the Doctor's like, of all the times you need proof.
Yeah. I mean, the proof is directly in front of her eyes, but there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Not a great character, but hopefully her companion will be better. But he hacks or invades the network. A whole bunch of members have come up because they detect that the algorithm is under attack, and everyone in the crater is a threat to it. Then we get a projection of Susan Twist saying that the AI has been permanently purged because it was attacking our system. But it's not been permanently purged. It's just been alter egoed from Danganronpa because. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, and I kind of hate it.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
All is in the will of Ark.
God.
There have been stories before where an AI has apparently been purged and actually it hadn't. It was lying in wait to save the day. Danganronpa, and this is just two of them.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
And so, yeah, that's what saves the day, not a display of. Although I will say, Shiri Gatwa kills it in this episode. The anger he shows towards the whole situation.
Hell yeah.
This is what we were waiting for.
That's. I mean, he is Doctor Who, but at the same time, that's Doctor Who, baby.
Yeah,
I
no, and so many great lines. Like, they discovered that the mines use the person's body to explode, which then makes this a lot worse because if Nishiri explodes, he's not human. He will take out half the planet.
He's a complex event.
Yeah, no, and it's like take a good scan of me because I'm more explosive than I look, and honey, I know how I look. Like such a freaking Moffat line, but at the same time, it's just so good.
He does great.
And all the times he cried on cue, like you got, like he is pulling out all the stops to get himself a bathtub.
And the way he uses the sea shanty songs to calm him down, I love that.
Yeah.
And we need a countdown. I can't do a countdown. Okay, rhythm of the song, and the word sky, or the word sky. Hand me the thing. So
and the song also has another fun little Moffat callback where the lyrics mention the moon and the president's wife.
Yeah, this is basically Moffat's greatest hits. Contains
I love
45
it.
minutes.
We
I know
are
you
so
love it.
back.
I know you love it.
So back.
But the end of the day is that the AI of John Francis Vader saves the day, and as represented by the ambulance going kiss kiss, and then the mine goes kiss kiss because the lights turn into crosses.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And kiss kiss is what he used to say to Splice.
So again, that's Moffat transhumanism. The power of love and the power of the dad transcends death and the artificial intelligence, which is supposed to be just mimicking him to actually sort of become him.
And then the bit that made me cry.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to go into some personal stuff here. So
If you're whatever you're comfortable sharing.
I won't go into the whole details of it, but people who know me know that I lost my mum last year after an illness. I'm just going to say it that, an illness. And so when Splice says it's about her father, he's not gone, he's dead. That hit me right in the heart. Made worse by the fact that I was watching the episode on the TV with a photograph of my mother right next to it.
Oh my God.
And it was just that combination made me cry like a baby.
Yeah, that's heaven. Rain, I would steer clear of Heaven Sent for a little while.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to watch that until you've had
as much as I love it. Yeah, I need time to heal.
Be a heavy one for you,
it's not even been a full year yet, so I need time to heal. But
I know.
Just because it made me cry did not make it a bad ending, and I did like the fact that at the end of it, the AI was sticking around to be with his daughter and with Mundy.
See, there's something I like about this, which is at first when I was watching, Splice kind of was like, I don't want to say that, oh, she's not acting perfectly logical, but she's like, oh, where's my dad? Where's my dad? Oh, there's this AI. Well, where's my daddy? I heard my dad. And it's like strange, but at the same time, then you get a glimpse of her, and okay, I can galaxy brain my way into thinking that she's a space Anglican child who has this unique view on death, death only being a temporary thing. We'll all meet each other again. But in the future here, there's an AI, so he's really not gone because I have him right here and speak to him, which is lovely. And then it makes no sense. But that reading is kind of challenged by Mundy, where Kanto dies. She's like, "Oh God, he's dead! I'm just terribly sad." Like a normal person would react.
Yeah,
so it's a little strange, but
children are a lot more resilient than we give them credit for, though.
Yeah. If I wanted to put in the effort, I could pave over that quote unquote plot hole. I'm good at that with Moffat scripts. It's a talent.
You're very good at that. Yes.
What was the line about the snow melting? That's another really poetic one.
We all melt in the end, Ruby.
Yeah.
No, it's not even just that line was great, and then everything becomes a beach eventually was also on the nose
Yeah.
as well.
Very.
Moffat's musing on death and life. Peak
And also
stuff.
going back to, Katura saying, this really upset certain conservative people. The fact it ends on a snowflake.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we should probably talk about the ongoing season plot. Hey,
Okay. So I'm going to apologize to everyone right now. Kat in particular, I'm sorry. I know you hate this,
Oh God, what have you
but
done?
this needs to be mentioned.
Okay, look, I got.
before
I
we
got
get to
go
that
on.
point, I want to talk about the next of kin scene.
The next
Before
what?
we talk the next of kin scene.
Oh God.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
So Ruby gets shot. She falls down. Ambulance gets distracted. Hey, that's what we were hoping for. Distracting ambulance, right?
Not in that way, but yes.
So ambulance shoots
Has
Ruby.
failed successfully.
Finds out that hey, Ruby is technically 3,000 years old right now because we're 3,000 years in Ruby's future. And was like next of kin, next of kin, and then that triggers Ruby because hey, family, who is my next of kin? Who is my next of kin? Thing. But while this goes on, it starts snowing again, like it does every single time Ruby's family or past gets brought up. It snows, and all of a sudden the snow stops. And this is now a new development with what's going on. So that random snowflake in the end is one of Ruby's snows, which something I've been catching on. I wonder if Fresno's caught this. Every episode, the Doctor has said something along the lines of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Right, Fresno?
Yeah, okay.
This episode, Monday, you should marry Ruby and your name will be Monday, Sunday.
Mhm.
What does that represent? What do those days represent?
Yeah, you're going into my theory here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that represents, but look, I got to go off on my little fan theory last week about Ruby being a godchild. So y'all go wild. Go okay. Pepe Sylvia time.
This is not Pepe Sylvia. This is based on Evan. Well, no, it's not actually. But
No. There's some.
Can we talk
there's,
about
there's-
time?
there's
I
something
wanna
I
talk
can't
about time.
even
I really wanna talk about
mention. I can't mention it because it is a spoiler. But again, if you don't want to know what a potential solution for the series arc, spoiler tags are up. Time. Skip to blah blah blah. If you don't want to hear this, so yeah, okay. I've been thinking about this for at least last week when Maestro brought up the oldest of us. He can't have been there. And I don't know if the oldest and the one who waits are the same person or not. They could be. But I got to thinking, in terms of concepts, because Maestro was a concept of music brought to life, and the Toymaker was Maestro was a concept of playing games brought to life. What is the oldest concept ever? It's time. And we've seen time before.
Oh dear.
And Russell T Davies is not against the idea of bringing back some of Chibnall's plot arcs and doing them better.
Also, Frez, do you remember what time looked like during Chibnall's era?
Copy of Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah.
Wearing what?
Blue?
A cloak.
Oh God.
Were they wearing a cloak? I thought they were just wearing inverted colours of Jodie's outfit. But
I could have sworn it was a cloak, but regardless.
oh
it was
no! The cloak was in the teaser clip that revealed Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor.
I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, you can say the hood. Well, I'm probably confusing the hoodie with the cloak.
Pepe Sylvia, baby, let's go.
Anyway,
but again, Kat does not like this idea at all. I'm not saying I want it to be this. I just think it is. I think Time. I don't even know if Time will be end up being Ruby's mother or not, but I think Time will be involved in the story.
I don't know about it, but we'll see.
There is another entity that could be the oldest, but that one does go into spoiler territory with a title of a future episode, so I'm not going to mention that.
Right.
Not least because if it's true, I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Fair, fair,
All
fair.
of a sudden, a clip from Supernatural is playing in my mind right now.
God damn. Is it bad that I think I know the one you mean as well?
There's one of the best ways to introduce a villain of an episode. So good.
I may not know the exact clip you're talking about, but yeah, Boom was Pete Moffat. Basically, Boom was just vintage. God, I sound like Michael Cole. Vintage Stephen Moffat.
And it was fantastic for it.
We are so back.
I feel like I've heard that already.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing me. Fuck.
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Well, we don't want to talk about it, but Kat couldn't do the episode because she's unavailable on Sundays these days. But she did want to leave me a few thoughts about what she thought about the episode, so take it away, please, Kat.
Hit that button! And by button, I mean the button that makes Kat talk about Doctor Who.
Hello, everyone. I couldn't be here this week, so I decided to go ahead and record my thoughts on Boom. Interesting title. So this episode, I liked it for the most part. I enjoyed the idea of the Doctor being trapped in one spot and having to essentially work his way through it. And I enjoyed some of the character interactions and everything. Some parts of it I wasn't too great on. Most of that just being classic Moffat stuff that I kind of forgot that he did. I was a little bit excited that he was going to come back and start doing some stuff, but once you start to get to that point, you start to realize, oh wait, these are the things that I didn't really care for during his era. The anti-religion stuff, the constant, there are rules that you have to follow and everything, and, making everything compound on each other to make it worse and worse and worse. For example, Kanto didn't need to die. He just didn't. There was no reason for it. Because they won in the end anyways, like 5 seconds later. So there's no reason for it at all. Yeah, it's another one of those kind of like, I enjoyed it, but once you start to think about it, you start to realize it's got some cracks in it. I'm sure that other people on the podcast for us have given it like complete glowing reviews, but I've always been one of those kind of people who I wasn't the hugest fan of Moffat whenever he decided to put out his Moffatisms. But I get it. I just wish that, he would tone it down a little bit with some of the stuff. And later on he put out this statement saying he wasn't attacking religion and stuff like that, and it sounds like backtracking to me. Just to clarify on that, religion can have a good place in the world. It's just, unfortunately, there are a lot of corrupt people that have taken it over and turned it into a disgusting mess. I have a friend who is staunchly Christian, and even she believes that some of the worst people are participating in church activities and such, and then using that as basically a shield. So I don't really blame the religion as much as I blame the people who use that in order to be bigots or sexist or racist or whatever it might be. And so, like, you can be atheist like Moffat is. I don't give a shit. It's just when you start to attack things and attack good people because they just have faith, that starts to get a little hinky to me. It's like, stop attacking people in general. Unless they're actual assholes, like, you can always attack, racists and bigots, like I said before. That's perfectly fine. Just don't lump everybody together into one big group. It's the same thing with, like, fandoms. Like, I'm part of several fandoms that have had terrible, terrible people in them, unfortunately. But to define me because I like those fandoms and because there were horrible people, I think is kind of unfair. But that's all I'll say on the matter. Boom was a really good episode. I liked the idea of it, of, a giant corporation just basically being like, hey, war sells. Why don't we just, start our own tiny little war and, just have them fight against themselves, essentially. It's like, that's really fucked up, and I kind of like that sort of shit. So, good episode. Not my favorite. Devil's Cord remains my favorite so far, even if it didn't have the Beatles in it. And yes, I'm going to keep complaining about that. How do I end off this segment? Oh, hey, what's that over there?
So next time then is 73 yards.
It
This one
looks
like-
spooky.
I don't know what the hell's going on in this one.
It's
It
going
looks like-
spooky.
It looks like it's going to be It Follows, but with Ruby.
Oh god.
Hopefully, it's not that graphic, but it's spooky.
It's Doctor. It's on the one hand, it's Doctor Who won't be that graphic. On the other hand, RTD is horny on main, so who the fuck
It
knows?
won't be graphic. It won't be graphic. But yeah, you've mentioned it. This is another RTD script. He's got 6 of the scripts of the 8 this season.
And unlike Chibnall, he's a good writer.
Ooh,
Wow. There's your Chibnall bashing for the.
Like we haven't already been doing it.
True. Very true.
I
But
mean, I for one I'm going to thank Chibnall for giving RTD all this ammunition to trigger the idiots that are out there that still seem to think that Doctor Who's dying.
I mean, if your only motivation is to trigger idiots, maybe you're doing it wrong.
This reminds me of something. Last weekend, I saw a video pop up on my feed, and it's just like, Doctor Who ratings are terrible. Doctor Who's been destroyed. And what's notable is this was 2 hours before the Space Babies and Devil's Cord aired,
It's clickbait.
and they were saying it. And it doesn't fucking matter. Like, oh, Doctor Who got 3.9 million as opposed to 4 million. That means the show's dead. That means that I win.
I do think though that the BBC's reasoning for why the episode numbers were down last weekend wasn't the best choice. No, they blamed the warm weather.
What?
People will be going out in the warm weather and they won't watch the episode because they're going out in the warm weather.
I mean, to have
It was 7 o'clock.
it was also the fact that people who had access to Disney Plus or the BBC iPlayer got to watch it.
I believe the viewers included that though, and it still wasn't very good.
They usually don't include that right away. Like,
Whatever.
Then my
The
source is
numbers
wrong.
don't-
Fair enough.
Do the numbers matter to us sitting here at home? No, it matters to the boardroom executives and shit.
They only matter in the sense that the show will get a continued airing if the numbers are good. But I
and
see your
it's
point.
it's on average top 10 on Disney Plus every week.
well, there you go. Okay, so my
I
source
mean,
was not entirely
They're
accurate.
doing good. It's not going to get canceled. It's not 1989 anymore. It's not, oh no, only 3 billion people watched it. It's going
My
to
source
die.
was not entirely accurate there.
I
I can't
mean,
just answer my source is TARDIS Wiki.
for it to be like in this trending, like Disney Plus has 130 million subscribers, so it's also competing against like Bluey. It's competing against, once again, I'm trying to find the current trending. It's competing against, for some reason, Paddington is up here, Gumball's up here, The Simpsons.
Is there anything like new Marvel shit happening?
X-Men 97, baby.
X-Men
Yeah, that's-
97? No. Well,
yeah.
didn't that just
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and Doctor Who's up there, and like, you know, the current Planet of the Apes movies is on theater, so everyone's watching the Planet of the Apes movies as well. So, I mean, Doctor Who is doing fantastic, considering the fact that it's competing against Bluey, you know, Gumball, X-Men 97, The Simpsons, Family Guy.
I'm sorry, but like I have to do the bash again. Remember when Legend of the Sea Boys lost to a rerun of Antiques Roadshow in the ratings?
Oh God.
Like,
That was amazing.
Like, I like again, don't give a shit about ratings, but that's funny.
That's funny. That is funny.
God, what a piece of shit that episode was.
Also, if you want to know how good X-Men 97 is, I'm not going to mention a single thing about it. You have to watch it. But I will say this.
I have not seen. I haven't really seen the '90s X-Men show.
That's fair enough. It's mostly for fans of the original X-Men show. But if this series is all about subverting expectations, and I think it is, subverting what you expect to see on the screen, X-Men 97 does the same thing.
Interesting.
And it's absolutely awesome.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, but unless we have anything else to say.
Well, guest star that should have been in Doctor Who a long, long time ago will be in 73 Yards. Sean Phillips, the Welsh actress who's now 96.
Unless we have anything else to say about the grand return of Stephen Moffat, we are so back. I guess, Rainiac, where can you find us lovely people?
You can find us lovely people on Twitter or Threads, in the case of one person, at twitter.com/Freezing Inferno /Rainiac the Maniac /Cognitive Usurper and Threads.com/The Kachiri. I remembered this time, Kachiri. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm also back on Twitter.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're unbanned for the time being.
I deleted the Cactus post, made a new one, and somehow didn't get banned, even though
As at the time of recording, you can find him on twitter.com/The Kachiri.
I just love that. It's like, oh, last week. Oh, you forgot to mention my Threads. This time I'm going to remember. Oh, I remember this time. You're on Threads. Oh, yeah, I'm back on Twitter, too.
I think it was Cat that
there was a funny Cactus comic I want to send to that turf. So I sent the comic to the turf. And then I told the turf to jump it again.
That's a sentence. I sent a funny Cactus comic to a turf.
Good.
It was the turf that I got banned over. So, I mean, I was like, hey.
Of all the things I've heard, that's the most recent.
Oh, a funny Cactus coming. Let's send it to a turf. Talk about streaming, Rainiac.
This is a funny comic about Cactus. I'm going to send it to a turf immediately. Streaming. It's twitch.tv /Freezing Inferno, Mega May.
Mega May.
/Cognitive Usurper, Stodgy Valley Sundays. /Rainiac the Maniac, nothing at the moment. And / The Kachiri.
Zelda Randos and Mega Metroidvania May.
Mega something.
If I ever stream again, it's way too hot to stream. My room is so... I have no insulation in my room.
Mood. That's a mood. Buy Back to the Inferno by Lena from Rira Mattia, volumes 1 and 2 on Amazon.com and all other good book websites. And because she is definitely going to complete it before the next episode is out, and before our next special guest appears on the podcast in 2 weeks' time, volume 3, it will definitely be out.
Oh boy!
I have the cloak of doubt, Lena. Prove me wrong.
Give me book. Give me book.
Spike's a powerful motivator, Lena. Prove me wrong. You have until 2 Mondays from now. By The Time for the Truth by Sean Dillon, and by Shadow of the Gallifreyan, not by Lena and Sean, but they're in it, and so is Freezing Inferno. Yay. They're contributors.
And one day we'll have an author back on the podcast.
Will you stop?
Here!
We're both here! Kachiri!
There is a book on my shelf with my words in it right now.
There is a book on my laptop which I haven't published yet. Well, not all of it yet. I haven't finished it off yet, but I appreciate I'm not a writer until I'm published. I appreciate that. But I get this every week from Kat, and I'm expecting better from you.
Well, Kat's not here, so I have to do it. Keeping the truth alive! Say goodnight, Rain.
And now I'm falling into an existential crisis. Good night, Rain. And join us next time for 73 Yards.
It's going to be spooky.
And maybe we'll find out why it's called 73 Yards.
I mean, obviously...
The Bane can only say 73 yards away.
The Bane?
The Bean.
Oh, the being. Okay, so that is a deep cut. It's the Bane. Good lord.
Oh God.
That's a Sarah Jane Adventures villain. What the hell?
Well, speaking of, there's theories about Sarah J. Adventures villains coming up soon.
There's a what?
People are thinking the Trickster is one of the Legion.
Oh, yes. No. No, he's not. I've just decreed that now. He's not. Rubber stamp it. Rain says no, therefore it's a no. We'll see you next time on 73 Yards. Until then, bye for now.